Audience, you would have known that a week ago, Nationwide, in our 5 p.m. newscast, reported a story that has been all the rage since then. 2 voice notes of what we reported as members of the PNP's executive committee, talking about ways to sabotage NARA and undermine, to besmirch Major General Anthony Anderson, the CEO of NARA. And we've been waiting for a response from the PNP. On Friday, while I was hosting Cliff Hughes Online, a couple of people in the chat were saying if I hadn't seen the PNP release. And I said no, because there was none. What may have been circulating was something that some idiot mocked up and claimed to have been the PNP's release and was sending it around, filling the void created by the lack of a response from the opposition. But on Sunday, 6 days later, the PNP responded through its president, its leader, Mark Jefferson Golding, at the PNP's NEC meeting held at the Mona campus, or on the Mona campus of the UWI. This is what he said.
Before I get into the issues relating to this National Executive Council meeting, I wanted to say something on the issue that's swirling out there about these leaked recordings. And I think it's necessary for us to say something. The People's National Party chose not to comment publicly on that matter until we had the facts before us. Our review is now complete, and it established 3 things. Firstly, the conversation in which those leaked recordings took place did not happen in any official party forum. Secondly, no party officer, no officer of the party participated in that discussion. And thirdly, the PNP has no official NEC or executive WhatsApp group. That doesn't exist. And certainly not where party policy is made. This was a WhatsApp group formed by individuals within the party, and the views expressed were their personal views. So those recordings do not represent the official position of the PNP or any policy of the PNP. The PNP takes responsibility for its official positions. Those are set by our constitutional organs, such as this National Executive Council or the Executive Committee of the party, and those that are communicated by our authorized representatives and shown through our public actions or through our public media outlets, social media outlets, and so on. So, with that clarified, I just want to turn to the matter at hand.
Mark Jefferson Golding, the PNP president, at a NEC meeting held on the Mona campus of the UWI on Sunday. Or a reporter who was among journalists who turned up for the NEC left frustrated and disappointed after being told that, oh, you've come, but guess what? We've cancelled the press conference that usually is held at a PNP NEC. We have some scheduling issues. The time ran over and we don't have time for it, so it's cancelled. Have a good day. So they had to leave. So that's the answer to the question of if journalists didn't ask him questions. So, a lot has been said on social media since that clip was posted, and a lot more will be said in the hours and days to come. I want to use the remaining time I have this morning to do what the opposition leader should have done on Sunday, and to say what the opposition leader should have said in the circumstances. This is me being Mark Jefferson Golding, the PNP president. Comrades, good morning to you. Thank you for coming out to the NEC today. You would have been aware of 2 voice notes from PNP members leaked into the public domain, and the voice notes transmitted ideas and comments that do not align with the PNP that I lead. And I want to say up front, comrades, I reject every assertion and or suggestion made in the voice notes. The comrades heard speaking are good people. I have spoken to them behind the scenes, and I have said to them that I am disappointed that they would articulate those statements. And yes, the statements were made in a private forum, but the damage that attends to it and those statements being in the public domain is something that this party has been dealing with since that the story of the voice notes was first reported by that media host. May I thank the media hosts also for reporting those voice notes, because were it not for them, I would not have known that there were members inside the PNP who were having these thoughts about NARA and its leader, Major General Anthony Anderson. Now, we've asked questions, or we did ask questions, about the appointment of Major General Anderson when it was announced by the government about the process of selection. But we are satisfied that that is no longer an issue. And we did say in that press release of May 27 that we believe he has the tools to get the job done. So I want to lean on that as the PNP's official stance towards Major General Anderson. And the official stance of the PNP was that statement about Major General Anderson in that May 27 press release, and not what was communicated in those voice notes, which the media has published and which justifiably has been condemned by Jamaicans from all walks of life. I want to say to you, comrades, that the party that I lead, my party, your party, must always represent ourselves in the truest sense. This party of Manley, Simpson Miller, and so many before was built on service to the Jamaican people. And because of the strong foundation of service, we could never, as a party, take an approach to seeking to undermine an institution like NARA that has an awesome task ahead of it to help rebuild the lives of the Jamaican people. And I want to make it clear today on this Sunday, comrades. Anyone who steps out of line, and by line I mean representing themselves and representing the party to be anything other than having Jamaica's interest first. Any comrade who steps out of that line, steps away from that line, will have no place in this party. I want to say to Jamaica and the Jamaicans looking on, those in the diaspora, those here, who have expressed their disgust with the comments, that the PNP recognizes the difficult time that we are in. And because of our recognition of the difficulty that so many of our brothers and sisters in Western Jamaica are experiencing, our focus is on keeping the government honest, holding them to account as they spend these resources through NARA to help our brothers and sisters get back on their feet. Therefore, it could not be the sentiment, the mission of this party to undermine, to besmirch, and to damage. I, again, am saying, look, comrades, I could have said, I apologize. But those words won't resound as much as the action that this party will take from this point forward to holding the government honest, to keeping them to account for the way they execute NARA. And, comrades, I know that we've bled a lot since those voice notes became public. I want you to redouble your efforts, to help, to assist, to criticize, to critique where you have to. We're not going to give the JLP a free ride. And as the opposition party, that's not our job. Our job is to ensure that the people's interests are best served, that interest is best served. The interest of the people is best served. And I will not resile from being a strong opponent of slackness, carelessness, and the ill-judged expenditure of taxpayers' funds. I make no apology for that. What I will apologize for is for some reckless statements from some among us that have been interpreted as us as an institution not wanting the best for Jamaica. Again, I say to the public, that's not the PNP that I lead. That's not the credo that I, Mark Jefferson Golding, live by and have lived by and will continue to live by. I want to say to Major General Anderson that, sir, we are here to scrutinize. We are here to critique your performance. We're here to criticize your performance where that is warranted. We are not here to be an obstacle in your way as you lead this team. You will have to do well because the Jamaican people need you to do well. Your success is the success of the Jamaican people. We're not here as cheerleaders for the government. We're not here to tell them, whisper sweet nothings in their ear. We are here as the opposition party, the government in waiting, that will show the government where they are falling short. We are here to give an alternative in terms of an approach to problem solving where the government appears to be falling down with the approach it is taking. Again, those who are offended, and I've seen the comments, we are not that kind of party. We are not that kind of people. The PNP is here to serve, and the PNP only has Jamaica's interest at heart. I know some comments have been attributed to, well, some comments were made by former stalwarts of the party about the party's raison d'etre and how power is the most important thing. I want to say that the most important thing is the Jamaican people, the interests of the Jamaican people. And I commit on this Sunday to doing all I can to ensuring that Jamaica's interests are supreme. And I want to remind comrades, the country is watching us, the world is watching us. We can't speak or act out of turn. We can't do anything that would make us appear to be anything less than people who want our brothers and sisters to prosper. With that dealt with, I move on to the remainder of the agenda items at this NEC.